Welcome back to the post-game press conference. This is the Fiba World Cup 2023 Asian Qualifiers window 4 game between the Philippines and Saudi Arabia. The Philippines winning 84-46. We're now joined by Philippines head coach Chot Reyes and Jordan Clarkson. Coach Chot, your thoughts on the game?
Well, the one thing that we wanted to focus on before the game was to just get better, to play better than our previous game against Lebanon, and that meant having better effort and specifically cutting down on our turnovers from the 21 in Lebanon to something less today. So I thought we achieved it, and as long as we get shots, we keep saying we're not going to make every shot, but as long as we get shots, then we like our chances. And I think today we had 15 turnovers, and that's pretty acceptable. So very happy for the result, and even happier than for the effort that the players, starting from the guy beside me, put forth in this moment.
Thank you, Coach. Jordan, now your thoughts on the game that inspired.
I think we did a good job. The emphasis that we put on ourselves from the last game, I think we accomplished that. I think we made some adjustments during the game to them. They were trying to slow us down, trying to change the pace and slow it so we couldn't get out and run and get opportunities when we were over the floor. So Coach made a good adjustment, picking them up, changing the pace of the game. So it really helped us. And I think, like you said, all our emphasis that we put on from the last game that we lost, we came out here and executed them. Everybody played well. Everybody played hard, and gave their best effort.
Thank you for that, Jordan. Now we'll open the floor to questions from members of the media. You can just approach the mic. It's right behind if you want to ask questions. Let's start things off. Questions?
Hi guys, good evening. Probably from the International Business Times. For Coach Chot, with how this team performed tonight, do you think that you have found some of the core players for our 2023 team?
Yes. There's still some guys that we want to look at, but by and large, yeah.
Okay, second question. Other than Jordan, Sotto has been the focal point of your offense tonight. Was that always the plan going up against a team that is relatively the same size as GILAS?
Our offense is predicated on taking what the defense is giving us. So it depends really on the opportunities that present themselves to the players on the floor. And today, because of just the way they were defending and the spacing and how the game was unfolding, it turned out that way. But it's good to have a weapon like Kai, because he's a pretty easy target for the guys to get this.
Thank you, Coach.
Other questions?
To Jordan. Jordan, you said while on the court, respect the coaching staff. What are your thoughts on that?
He part of us. He one of us. You hear the boos in the crowd or whatever's going on. I'm not here, a lot throughout the year, so I don't really know what's going on. But from what I've seen in these last days, it's kind of been some bullshit. I know it's, excuse my language. I don't know if I can get fined in Fiba for cussing, but yeah, he's our coach. He's one of us. He works hard. He puts all this together. From what I've been hearing, he walked away from the game. He came back. He ain't got to deal with none of this shit. He ain't got to deal with none of the rules. He ain't got to deal with none of the threats people giving to his family, anybody. He's coming back to this game because he loves it, and he loves the country. He loves his team. Each and every one of us. To be honest with you, Coach was the first person that talked to me about like 10 years ago almost, I feel like, when I was just going into college, and just being here, sitting next to him, and it's all what we envisioned, honestly. This has all been a blessing, and for somebody to get rocks thrown at him, for putting all this together, and bringing me Kai, his dream, his vision that he had coming back to the game is, like I said, is bullshit. So I think we all should support him and support what he got going on, because in this next World Cup, whatever we got, we all got to have each other's back and support each other going through this. So that's all I got to say about that. And, I'm here with my coach. I know everybody in that locker room is, from up top, MVP, everybody. I know people didn't appreciate that at all. So moving forward, I think we need to change our actions and show love and nothing but peace here.
To Coach Chot. Coach, first time to see that a coach right in your home court being good. Does this make you a more challenge to you to make this team more successful and more, say that, the best in probably Asia and then in the World Cup?
Me coming back here has absolutely no individual consideration. There's no me in this whole thing for me. The only reason I'm doing this is for the country. This is just my service for flag the country. And like I told the players in the locker room, the relationship, the bonds that we built, I'm willing to take all of that, as Jordan says, all of that shit. As much as we have, as much, I'm sure you know how many haters I have. I know that there are also supporters, maybe not as vocal, maybe not as noisy. But as long as I can inspire one or two individuals, then it's all worth it. And as long as we have the players together in that locker room. So for me, I'd much rather get booed by the crowd than the players get booed. So buhin nyo na ako ng todo, huwag nyo lang buhin yung mga players. Supportahan nyo na yung mga players. And that's fine with me. Murahin nyo na ako, bash nyo na ako ng todo. Basta supportahan nyo yung team. Supportahan nyo yung players. That's all I can say.
Good evening, Luisa Morales from Star.com. A question for Jordan. Obviously, this is your first game here in the Philippines, and with the Jazz in the NBA, you've played in big arenas. You felt, intense atmospheres. What can you say about, the level of energy from the fans, and how did that affect your game today?
It was great. I think you kind of see my shoot numbers boost up. I think I felt all the energy in the crowd. I think we all did as a team. It's different playing at home in front of your own people. And this arena is beautiful. I can't wait to come back here again and play some more games. So, have everybody behind us and get some wins.
Hello. To Jordan. You gelled well with Kai. What's your advice to him in keeping that NBA dream?
Man, just stay with it. Not to get down, give up, or anything. I think he has a bright future. He's young, he's just learning. Get in the weight room, get stronger, put some time in. As he grows into the player he is, he's very skilled, catch the ball, he can space the floor, he can put the ball on the ground, make plays. He can shoot it as well, space the floor. So the sky's the limit for him. He just got to keep the team, put the work in, keep making strides in his career path. I think he's 20 years old. So I didn't make it to the league until I was 21, 22 years old. So he has time to go over. I think he's going to Australia right now to grow, play against pros at a young age, and really learn the game. So I'm proud of Kyle, what I've seen from when I first saw him coming out of like high school or whatever, and seeing him now, he's taking steps in the right direction. So I'm happy for him, and can't wait to see him continue to grow.
Jordan, Champ de Lunas from PTV Sports. Millions of Filipinos idolize you and try to get your look. How do you stay fresh and you keep your swag alive in the game? Like, you hit it three, you stay cool, calm, and collected. And it seems like you don't sweat. How do you keep your locks on your hair, and how do you do it?
I don't know, man. I just go to sleep and I pray. That's it. Wake up, God
He goes
bless
to
me.
Tony and guys, salon. He goes to our salon.
That's it, man. I don't do nothing out the ordinary.
This is for Jordan. Jordan, having played with Kobe, with LeBron, how much of their leadership are you bringing yourself to this national team, being a leader as well for this national team?
I mean, I've seen a lot of those guys doing film sessions and their verbiage with coaches and how they make adjustments and just stuff like that. So a lot of that is just kind of, for me, communicating with Kai as well. Me and Coach talk to him a lot. You see teams start to double team and do that. And, Kai's in a position to make plays and score in that paint now. So for me, it's just staying communicative with everybody, talking to my teammates, bringing them along. And that's the biggest thing I've always got from those two, especially where they pay attention to detail and study film.
Yeah, if I can make a comment, I think what we really appreciate with JC is, you see his game on the floor, but what really sets him apart is his work ethic outside the behind the scenes. He never missed a practice, film session, never late. In fact, he has a provision in his contract where he cannot do 2 practices a day, but he still went on and practiced. When we had to have 2 practices, he came out and practiced twice. So I don't know if I should say that in public, but I think that's very, very important for the team. He's just one of the guys. He's always with us. He doesn't excuse himself, and that's really that makes our job easier as a coach. And we really appreciate that. Speaking of that, for me, that's leadership.
Coach, just a quick follow-up. You mentioned in previous interviews that the 4th window, or of course the succeeding windows as well, is a good way to experiment or test player combinations since the World Cup is approaching. What positives or realizations did the coaching staff get from this window in particular?
Well, we have a lot of first-timers, and it was very important for us to see the new guys, Calvin, first time for me to coach Calvin, Roosevelt, Jamie, all of these guys, and then to see how Dwight and JC play together, for example, aside from Kai. So I think that was very, very important. And then we also had the chance to test the versatility of the team. Sometimes we go big, we have Kai and Japet together. Sometimes we go regular, or sometimes we go small when we don't have a real power 4 guy on the floor. So I think that's important moving forward, that we can we become adaptable, that we are shapeshifters, I like to call it, that we can adapt to what the game needs and what the opposition brings to us.
Serial Zerata from Abante News Online and Fast Break. Question to you, Jordan Clarkson. You have the reputation as a bucket getter in NBA, which is why you won 6 man of there. But for the past 2 games, you've showed your insane court vision and sick passes. Will we expect you to become more of a playmaker for the next season for you, the Jazz?
Honestly, I don't know what our team gonna look like in the next week. Just a lot of media circus going around, so I don't know if I should say that, but if the position is there, we'll have to, do that. And become more of a playmaker and, lead the team and, kind of put it together for the Utah Jazz, which is what I have to do. So I know I can pass, I know I can play make. I know I can do a lot of things on the floor. So
I didn't know you could dunk.
Yeah. I usually I only give it 1 a year, so might have took one of my highlight dunks away. But I'm ready for whatever.
Final couple of questions?
Good evening, Jordan. Happy Survey here from Booker Sports. Jordan, now that you played more games with GILAS Pilipinas, how have you already formulated a definition of what is Filipino brand of basketball? For example, somebody back in the States will ask you, Jordan, what is Filipino basketball? How do Philippines play? How would you answer that?
I would say fast, dribble drive, open floor. I mean, if you look at our team, I think we're very versatile. With Kai and Jack playing, those in that big situation, but everybody's able to handle the ball. Everybody's able to make plays. We all trust each other. That's going to the rim. I think for everything is, I think we all skilled enough to handle and get us into plays and do whatever it is. But I think fast, shoot threes when we have opportunity, and get into the rim.
That is for Coach Reyes. Coach, have you ever thought of using Jordan as a sixth man?
No. I'll tell you this. When they awarded the hosting rights to us in 2017, our chairman MVP said, Chot, you better put together already a list of players potentially that you can see for 2023. At the top of my list was Jordan, and then after that, Kai Sotto. So for us to have those two guys here, that's really huge. That was 5 years ago, and now we have it here. So we're just kind of going with the plan, completing the plan.
Okay, no more additional questions from that gentleman. One more question.
Hi, Coach. Save Vendora, ESPN. Coach, it's still 3 months away, the next window, but just like to ask, how will you approach that window, considering that PBA, UAAP, B-League, of course the NBA, and the NBL will all be in full swing during that time?
We've already talked about it with the PBA. They're going to make players available. The same thing with the UAP and the NCAA. In the last SVP general meeting last month, they already said that the UAP and the NCAA are willing to, if necessary, call a break, a 2-week break to their schedule to accommodate and to allow players that we may select to come and play the November window, and I think the same thing with the PBA. So we're looking forward to that. Nothing is set in stone yet, but the discussions have already started, and I think this realization is a big one. To have this kind of players together, giving them a little bit of practice time. I think that's the plan.
For JC, among the GILAS guys, who among the GILAS guys have you vibed with the most?
I mean, everybody. I think we all kind of built a bond being in Beirut and coming back.
Who gives the best jokes?
Oh, for real. Oh, no, we all had some pretty funny ones. No cameras allowed for that, you know what I mean? No hype. Yeah. But nah, everybody. I think our team is pretty free flowing, and you'll see us laughing and having a good time the majority of the time at practice. We know when to lock in when it's serious, but I think everybody has a great vibe and free flowing and fun. So we looking forward to hanging out before I get out of here. So that's it, right? No more questions.
And since Jordan Clarkson already finished this press conference, that will be it for this press conference. We thank you, Jordan Clarkson. Thank you, Coach Chot Reyes. And we thank the members of the media for joining us. See you again next time.
Guys, he won't be able to do this. We have to get going. He's got to go. Sorry, guys. Bye, Jay.